Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware. And Omni True Value Hardware will be open in West Babylon at 4 a.m. on Monday morning. So, for those of you, if you've got snow removal crews and you need rock salt or any of the snow melt products, you can head over there at 4 a.m. You can get some coffee there and get all your supplies to deal with this winter storm, whether you have a big crew or maybe it's just you're an individual at home and your shovel's broken. Head to Omni True Value Hardware, 6317-561125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. And you're supporting a local business, which is a really big deal this time during the times that we live in. Okay, so here's our winter storm warnings that continue. We've gone to advisories now through much of Virginia as this has led up there. We are seeing winter storm warnings up in the northern counties of Maryland, much of eastern and central Pennsylvania, most of New Jersey, including the coastal counties, under a winter storm warning. Long Island, the lower Hudson and middle and upper Hudson Valley, Connecticut, much of New England. And by the way, this includes the big cities, so Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, all under winter storm warnings. Baltimore and Washington were, and they have come out of it. So let me just start off. I know that the Weather Service upped their numbers, but this is what I put out this morning. I'm not changing it. I have a very broad area of 12 inches or more. You can see my amounts tail off as you move across Long Island to the east, because we are going to probably be dealing with a changeover to sleet and rain, at least for a little while. And the same goes for South Jersey. The numbers go down. Also, please bear in mind, this is not just what happens tonight and tomorrow, but it also includes Monday night and Tuesday, because there is going to be some backside activity to this. So this is going to be the total snowfall when it's all said and done sometime late Tuesday afternoon. So if you wake up tomorrow morning and you see that there's only maybe a few inches outside and you start grousing over it, well, that's because you're not getting the fact that this is the total for the next 2 days. So just please bear that in mind. And the Weather Service numbers, they went rather aggressive on the order of 18 to 24 from central and western Suffolk County across northern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, and the lower Hudson Valley into southwest Connecticut. Could these numbers happen? Sure. How likely is it? Quite honestly, I don't know. It's a very, very difficult forecast. The parameters here are that we're dealing with are not parameters we normally deal with. We have this big upper air storm that's kind of driving all this, and it's got a very disjointed look to it. If you look on the satellite here on the loop, you can see the swirl around the Great Lakes. You start to see the developing secondary with the higher cloud tops that are showing up on the satellite across the Carolinas, but they still sort of look like separate pieces, and some of this is going to come together. But all through the next couple of days, we're going to be dealing with separate pockets of spinning lows that are going to be offshore, and that's going to really impact where the heaviest snows fall. I think there are going to be some places that are going to have upside surprises, and I think there will be places that are going to wind up with downside surprises. Your primary low is now in southeast Ohio, approaching Cincinnati. Your secondary low is actually it's to the east of Cincinnati. The secondary low is developing in eastern North Carolina. We've got the big cold high wedging down into western Virginia and western North Carolina. So at least for now, we have cold air that's going to be locked in place as the radars start to gel up. The Weather Prediction Center is very bullish on total precip here on the order of 2 to 3 inches in some places. So this is why the snow forecast amounts in some areas are high. The problem is these areas could shift. They're showing up on their forecast from coastal New Jersey, northward to New York City and Long Island, southernmost Connecticut, southernmost part of the Hudson Valley, and then continuing into North Jersey and northeastern Pennsylvania. But those big pockets could wind up moving around in later forecasts, and their forecast outlook, this is in inches, and their probability is 50% of this happening. So if you look at this, the purple area here is 15, and the bright purple is 18. The lightest blue shading is 12 inches. So that's how the WPC folks see it. The dark blue, the eastern edge of the dark blue, the eastern and southern edge of the dark blue is where they see 6. So you go from 6 to 10 to 12, and then those pockets of 15 to 18. That's WPC's view on this. So really, from this point forward, it just is about watching. There's really not much the models are going to tell us, but so we'll be keeping an eye on the NAM, the short range models, the HRRR model. This HRRR model, for example, starts to amplify the snow overnight in northern New Jersey and Long Island, and then you get into some heavier bands of snow as we move through the morning, and actually brings in some sleet here by midday. Now that may be a little bit fast. The NAM model from earlier was much slower with this, bringing the heavier snows, a band of heavy snows in tomorrow morning into midday. You see that darker blue band that runs up from eastern PA, northern New Jersey, Long Island, and it really doesn't bring any sleet up until very late in the afternoon or evening, and actually just goes over to some light rain. Maybe the temperatures edge above freezing. Further south, you've got the snow shield moving northward out of south central and southeastern PA, and some sleet there, maybe even a little bit of freezing rain, but mostly light precip. And then it becomes a matter of waiting for what happens Monday night and Tuesday, because the upper air system is going to swing in. This surface low is moving very, very slowly. So we are going to see some snow on the back side of this Tuesday morning. And here too, we could look at this tomorrow, and the profile of what the radar may look like could be totally different from what you see here. So there's a lot of variability in the forecast. The confidence level is very, very low. Just bear that in mind. And we'll just have to watch the radars and watch the observations going forward. I know my forecast is lower than the Weather Services, and I did it for a reason. I feel more confident with my numbers at the low side here than on the high side. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest rock salt source and source of everything you need for winter storms. They will be open at 4 a.m. tomorrow, so you can get your crews out there to pick up whatever you need with regards to rock salt or Petalo or the geomelt, biomelt, maga melt, whatever it is. You can pick it up there at Omni True Value, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the website. OmniTrueValue.com. I'm sorry, is the phone number. OmniTrue.com is the website. It's been a very long day. So tomorrow, regular schedule. So I'll be doing Weather in 5 in the morning. We'll have the Joe and Joe Weather Show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We did one today at 11 this morning. So you can certainly go back on my YouTube channel and take a look at it. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow, and do stay safe during this winter storm.